Have you ever seen this video where this guy draws a flat earth diagram and talks about how there's the black hole sun that is projecting light through the center of our realm? And have you ever considered the fact that maybe, just maybe, the northern lights are evidence of this exact phenomenon? You see, I never wanted to give this too much thought or attention because supposedly this is a Masonic idea. But lately, I've seen some things that have opened my mind to it, and I'm going to show them to you. What I want to first make you aware of is the fact that much like there's an Antarctic treaty, there's also an Arctic treaty where you're not allowed to go to the North Pole, and there are 150 countries that have signed this agreement. And yes, you can take a trip or a tour to the North Pole, but it's only going to bring you to Fairbanks, Alaska. And I want you to notice this watery area here. Because on the old maps, there used to be all sorts of land there that all of a sudden doesn't show up on the new maps. And not only is there a treaty to keep you out of that general vicinity, but there is also surveillance set up for thousands of miles around the North Pole. It's called the Dew Line, and it was created in 1958.
This was to build a radar network above the Arctic Circle, a distant early warning line, which would span the North Polar region.
You see, they say it's to detect anyone coming across the globe from, say, Russia. But in my opinion, this dew line that literally circles the entire North Pole is to detect anybody going towards the center. The center where maybe, just maybe, that hole is projecting our reality into the sky. And I'm not insinuating that we're living in a simulation. If anything, it's God's creation and His projection into the sky. But I want to show you evidence now that where we live might be set up very similarly to a planetarium. Because a planetarium is set up where at the center of it, it projects the night sky into a domed screen. A domed screen that looks a lot like this. In fact, this is actually what it looks like. And this is my good friend David Shane, and he has found very similar looking patterns in the dome shape above us. You can see here, these patterns he has found multiple times surrounding the stars. And when you look at them side by side, they're pretty similar. But this isn't even the biggest part of what I want to show you. Oh no, there's much more. Because when you explore how the projector works in these planetariums, well, you'll see.
If you've been to a planetarium any time in the last 2 decades, then chances are it didn't use vector graphics or fancy starballs, but instead looked a bit more like this, using digital projectors. Let me show you something really cool. Can we turn on projector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, the dome is actually being covered by 5 separate projectors, which each have a corresponding field of view. When setting up a planetarium for the first time, the operator needs to carefully align each of these projections so that they blend together seamlessly.
Seeing how the planetarium works and then seeing videos like this where the sky literally glitches out got me thinking. And believe me, at first I thought this was just refocusing, but I've looked at it a lot. Something happens there. Just like it seems like something's happening there. Nature doesn't form straight lines. Something's going on here, and I captured my own very similar phenomenon. Very similar to this, which was also captured in Florida, where I captured my own. You see, this is mine, and I captured this lightning on video, and when I went back, there is something very distinctive happening with that line in the sky. It wasn't until I saw this with my very own eyes from my very own camera that I really started to contemplate this. And when you look at the sky doing these weird things in these different examples, it looks an awful lot like when the projector only has 2 projectors on. And to me, there's no question they are hiding something at the North Pole. A lot of people think it's a giant magnetic mountain. A lot of people think maybe it's the center of our torus field. But I'm starting to think maybe God's projector is coming out from the center of our realm. And maybe, just maybe, sometimes we're able to get a glimpse of that projection up into the night sky. And something else that also makes me extremely open to this idea of our projected reality into the sky are the stars. This is the star Sirius, the dog star. And if you've seen my videos, you know I capture dogs in the stars. There's one there, nose and eyes, nose, two eyes. How is this happening unless there's some sort of projected image coming from the center of our realm? Now, I'm by no means saying we're living in a simulation. I fully believe we are spirits inhabiting these meat suit avatar bodies right now, but maybe our reality is a lot different than even us truthers think. After all, the Bible does say the sun is in the firmament. Maybe the firmament's below us as well as above. And maybe that sun is shining up into the dome we live under and creating the stars and creating the lights that we see in the night sky. Because what do any of us really know for sure? I'll tell you a few things I think I know for sure. 1, there's no curvature to this place we call home. 2, we're not spinning 1,000 miles per hour. And 3, there is a creator to this realm we call Earth. And as long as you know there's a creator to this place, and you don't think you're just some random accident spinning on a globe evolved from monkeys from a big bang billions of years ago, then you're okay in my book. And if you do think you're that, well, you're okay too, but you just have some research to do. And really, no matter what you think this is, chances are you're probably not right. And whether you think it's HARP or God's throne or some magnetic interaction between the Earth's magnetic field and the sun's rays, whatever it is, it's all speculation. You don't know for sure. This could be as good of an answer as any of them. But as always, this is all for entertainment value. I'm just giving you one narration of many infinite possibilities of what's going on in our realm. As long as you don't think you're living on a globe, cool. Entertainment only. Have